That's incredible.
It's on Prime, says NASCAR as they point us to the streaming service brought to you by a former online bookstore. It's a home game for the Cup Series as they tackle the longest track of the schedule at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coca-Cola 600. Briscoe, for the first time this season, leads the field to the green flag, but it wouldn't be long for the Hendrick duo of Larson and Byron to catch up to him. Byron would take the lead by the third lap, but Larson wants the lead and takes it shortly. The race would go uninterrupted, though Larson would tag the wall in the midst of it, with the first pit stop cycle of the night just starting.
Oh, the leader! There goes Kyle Larson, sliding off the corner.
Well, make it the first caution of the night. Byron leads the field into the restart and is able to take control of the race. With only a few laps left in the stage, Bowman finds trouble to bring out the caution, and Byron wins the first stage. He'd lead the field into the second stage with Reddick in tow. Trouble would happen for the veteran, the rookie, and oh yeah, that guy races in the Cup Series. Again, Byron would lead the field into the restart with Reddick again in tow. The race would make it to the second cycle of green flag pit stops, which included a spin by Herbst. It would be uneventful to the end of the second stage with Byron winning the second, and Busch going for a spin. Byron would lead the field into the third stage. However, Hamlin would stay close by throughout this green flag run. It would all come to an end though with Smith hitting the inside wall. Byron again would lead the field into the restart, though Blaney, Suarez, and Austin Dillon would trigger a multi-car accident, also taking out Haley and ending Larson's second race of the day again. Byron leads field to the restart, Hamlin sticks close by, Hamlin tries to take lead, Byron denies him, but Hamlin is able to get it done after a while. However, the battle begins again as laps wind down on the third stage, and speaking of third, Hocevar has made his way up to third. But back to the lead goes Byron. Hamlin, however, doesn't back down, but it isn't enough. Byron's dominating race continues with a third stage win of the night. Now, typically, the third stage ends the race, but with the length of the race, the Coca-Cola 600 is the only race on the schedule with 4 stages. Hamlin leads the field into the fourth and final stage, but Hocevar blows up. Gibbs and Buescher also get involved in the accident. The battle for the win continues with Hamlin leading the field into the restart, but Byron manages to slip into the lead. After a while though, Hamlin once again goes back to the point, but then the lead changes again with Byron taking it. Final green flag pit stops of the night would come shortly as both Byron and Hamlin pit at the same time. But what's this?
Alright, well I'm going to give you an update. We're totally screwed up on fuel here. None of the second hand put any fuel in, so we got about 15 more we can go. We're going to run to the switch. Hopefully we catch a caution before then.
Seems like Hamlin won't win tonight's race, all because the fuel can wasn't inserted properly. So that makes Byron's new rival Chastain. Within 5 laps, Chastain is able to close the gap. Byron tries everything he can, but with 6 to go,
Chastain to the inside.
Ross
Is it a slide job?
Chastain drives down low, slides up high. Is there room?
Oh, the 24's
Ross
in the wall.
Chastain to the lead.
Unbelievable.
that was aggressive. But it's time for Chastain to play defense. At least he didn't wall him and trigger another meetup with Rick Hendrick. But that's not important. What's important is the following question. Can Byron get back to Chastain?
Chastain wins the Coca-Cola 600.
I guess today's Coke will be watermelon flavored, as Ross Chastain wins the Coca-Cola 600. Not only that, but he becomes the first driver in the modern era to go from last to first. This was a breath of fresh air. Not only was there battling throughout the field, but the lead was also being fought for. And yeah, you gotta add me to the list of fans who want the Fall Charlotte race to return to the oval layout. We need to have more of this. Byron takes back the points lead after Larson yet again fails to complete the Indy 500 Coke 600 double. Chastain moves into the top 10 as Wallace drops out of the top 10. Allmendinger's strong 4th place finish catapults him to being 17 points behind Preece, the last driver currently in the playoffs. Smith drops 4 spots from 22nd to 26th, and Gragson finally enters the top 30 in points. Congratulations, Keselowski fans! A 5th place finish has brought immense joy. He may be outside the top 30 still, but hopefully this is a sign that things are finally turning around for the 6 team. It's Music City for the Cup Series as they head to Nashville. Last time, everything was slowly but surely coming to an end until this happened. What ensued was total melee, ending with a Logano victory. Not sure if it happens again this year, but sports are always unpredictable, no matter how correct our predictions are. I just have a feeling a lot of people are going to hate it if Logano wins again. And that's going to wrap it up for today. Chastain denies Byron's dominating Coke 600 performance, Larson fails to double yet again, and Byron once again takes back the points lead. Here's to hoping Nashville doesn't erase the good of this weekend.